So you drew your very own original character, OC for short, and wonder, man, Haruhi Kashiwaka looks great. She protects the world from the demon lord. But how can I protect her? Don't fret, folks. Copyright is here. What is copyright? Copyright is a form of protection given to creators or authors of original works, like you. Simply put, this means that the creator of a copyrighted work has the right to copy or reproduce the work. Copyright can only be applied to the expression of an idea and not the idea itself. For example, if person A tells person B an idea and person B creates the idea on a medium, person B has the copyright of the work and not person A. But there are also scenarios where the author of a work and the owner of a copyright are different. An example is when the author was commissioned under a contract of service, or the work was created in the course of his employment. Even then, this is still liable to change according to the agreement made between the parties. Copyright covers literary works such as musical works, sound recording, artistic works, films, and broadcast, even Haruhi. Online materials such as websites, blogs, emails, videos, graphics, and sound or music are also copyrightable materials. If you're a content creator, you are the copyright owner of your work as long as the work is in a fixed and tangible form of expression. More on that later. You can also share ownership of the copyright if the work was done between 2 or more people. Not that this matters to you. I'm sure Haruhi is yours and yours alone. Copyright of any work is only applicable during the life of the author, plus 50 years after their death for literary, music, and artistic works. While sound recording, film, and broadcast last 50 years from the year following the publication of the work. So, Haruhi will be with you until the day you die, and 50 years after. So, we've covered what copyright is, who owns it, what mediums it covers, and for how long. Now, what act protects Haruhi? Copyright Act 1987. This act outlines what can be copyrighted and how it is protected under the act. This act was amended in 1990 to meet the minimum requirements under the Berne Convention. Copyright Act 1987 grants 2 forms of copyright protection: economic and moral rights. Economic rights means that you are the copyright owner until 50 years after your death, as mentioned earlier. While moral rights means that you are identified as the author with the right to deter any alteration of your work. This way, no one can change how Haruhi looks without your permission. Yeah! The Act also defines works that are eligible for protection. According to Section 7, Subsection 3, sufficient efforts must have been expended to make the work in character. The work must also have been written down, recorded, or reduced in a material form. What exactly is material form? In the case of Computer Edge Pty Ltd versus Apple Computer Incorporated in 1986, Apple sued Computer Edge for selling Wombat microcomputers for having the same codes as Apple's operating system. Apple lost the case as the codes were not in material form and cannot be perceived by the senses. As a Malaysian, or someone currently living in Malaysia, you are qualified for copyright protection if the work was done and published in Malaysia. Lastly, there is no requirement to register for protection of copyright. A notice where such right is claimed should suffice. But if you're still scared of your shitty OC, sorry, I mean Haruhi, might get stolen by other people, you can register your copyright by making a statutory declaration and self-address the work in a sealed envelope. Alrighty then, now you too can protect your own shitty OC. Thanks to copyright!